Okay, so basically, there was this survey that was put on the subreddit. It was about the focus rework. So obviously there are a bunch of questions, and 726 people on the subreddit answered those questions, and these are the results of the survey. So I want to talk about them and sort of discuss, you know, where I would agree and where I disagree with the focus rework. So this is the survey. So the first question in the survey is, do the different focus schools feel like viable options to you? And the majority opinion is that most of them are viable options. Now, in my opinion, I think there's only one focus tree that I find not terribly viable, and that's probably Vazarin. With Naramon, I can see a lot of value in Naramon. I can definitely see a lot of value in Xenoric, Madurai, and Unairu, but with Vazarin, I feel a bit iffy about that. Now, of course, with Vazarin, there is the great power of sort of the mini vortex, which could be very useful, but I feel like for the most part with Vazarin, I personally don't see any point in using it. Now, I know like Shin, if he were to watch this video, will be like, wait, hold on, Vazarin is fantastic, and he's a Vazarin maid, so, you know, fair enough. But to me, I don't really see a whole lot of value in Vazarin. Been using mainly Madurai now? Yeah. I'm mainly using Madurai and Unairu. I've basically been bouncing between the two. For warframes that aren't mag, I've been using Unairu a fair bit. And for a lot of other warframes, including mag, I've been using Madurai a whole lot. So that's basically where I stand. What do you guys reckon? Are most of the focus schools useful and viable to you, or are all of them viable to you? Vazarin is the endurance choice, though, if you don't need armor strip from Unairu. Because you're relying more on the invulnerability, is that the idea? This is from a Xenoric user previously. Yeah, fair enough. I use a lot more Unairu. I use a lot more Unairu lately, and this is coming from a Madurai main. That's what I am. Of course, I'm always still going to be a Madurai main. Through and through, I'm a Madurai main through and through, 100%, you know? Iframes. Okay, I see. I don't know if iframes are really all that... Like, it goes back to the whole thing where it's like, death is not really that important to me if I can just use Last Gasp. You know? The fact that I can use Last Gasp and therefore death kind of doesn't really mean a whole lot. I guess when enemies are level 9,999, I should probably... at some point I should probably do another max level endurance meme and see if Last Gasp is actually viable in level 9,999 content. I mean, again, it goes back to the whole thing. It was like, I want to play against level 9,999 enemies, DE. Just give me a way to be able to attack those enemies without having to, you know, sit through 3 hours of a survival mission or an hour of a Void Armageddon mission. I've heard that it's potentially really... I heard that you could potentially get to max level at, like, really quickly, like an hour or so with, Void Armageddon, maybe? Yeah, do it yourself this time. I would fall asleep so quickly. Let's move on. But yeah, I think I agree with the majority opinion here, which is that definitely most of them are viable. And I don't think there is a clear best. I really don't think there's a clear best at all. Like, some people are going to say, wait, no, there is a clear best. It's Xenoric. I completely disagree. I think Xenoric is in the worst position that it has ever been. In the sense that it's good, but it is not as good. It is not like so hilariously above everything else. You know? Everything else has managed to, well, with the possible exception of Vazarin, unless, I guess, endurance memes, with the possible, like, everything else has actually caught up to Vazarin, to Xenoric. You know? That's where I feel like. So I don't think there's a clear best at all. Best new player option IMO? Sure, because they don't have endurance, they don't have Emergence Dissipate, they don't have Xenoric, they don't have Arcane Energize, probably. I understand. But they do have energy pizzas. I use energy pizzas more now. I still haven't used energy pizzas more. I only use energy pieces at extreme emergency situations. Yeah, it's not a huge deal. You can make 100 of them in one go. I mean, it's not a big deal at all. And in Still Path missions, you only use them once a minute anyway, so you basically have to be sitting in a survival mission for an hour and a half and 10 minutes more just to actually burn through all 100 of these bloody things. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay, which is the best focus tool? Like I said, the majority opinion is Xenoric, and of course, energy. But in my opinion, I think the best focus tool is actually Madurai. I think Madurai is so hilariously strong that it blows everything else out the water. Madurai has effectively made Steel Path Tridolon hunts an absolute joke. The current state of Madurai has made Steel Path Eidolon hunts a joke. The current state of Madurai has made Void Angels with relative, within reason, a joke. Still Synth Fiber Equilibrium and Dispensary as well. Yeah, pretty much just replace Xenoric. Yeah, it's absurd. It's so good. Yeah, I feel like Madurai is the best. Now, one can argue that Unairu is the best. Armor strip, shield strip, and you basically have the strongest operator to do just operator-centric gameplay. Absolutely, that is true as well. And of course, through Unairu, you get Last Gasp. Hackers. But yeah, I think Madurai just blows everything out the water. It's so bloody strong. And even the 40-second cooldown on Void Strike, I think at this point, if Void Strike didn't have a 40-second cooldown, it would be outstandingly overpowered. Best focus is no focus, just use your damn Warframe. Why? When you can use the Kiddo. Like when the Kiddo just pops off anyway, I mean, okay. The Kiddo has a glaive. Let me explain, PB. You do realize, I feel like the Fart Scaffold is a much more effective glaive than every other glaive. Every other glaive, they can explode and maybe do a lot of slash damage, but the glaive part of the glaive, the bouncing bit, let's be real here, I don't think glaives can bounce a whole lot, but the Fart Scaffold bounces like a bitch. And then when the void status proc happens, oh my god, that thing just shreds the dude, man. It's nasty. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to disagree with the majority opinion. I don't think it's Xenoric. It's either Madurai or Unairu, and I'm leaning towards Madurai. That's what I think. Oh yeah, guess what? What? Okay, which is the best waybound? Last Gasp. Yep. 100%. 100%. Hoover Brahma. Okay. What's your point? Which is the best waybound? Last Gasp, 100%. It's Last Gasp, by the way, not Last Grasp. It's Last Gasp. What the hell is Enduring Tides? Okay, I had a look at this earlier, and I don't remember what Enduring Tides is. Let me figure it out. What the hell is Enduring Tides? Operator health and armor by 200%. Really? A lot of people really like that one? No shot. It's just health and armor. I mean, I get that health and armor is... Wait, hold on. Let's move on. So apparently a lot of people really like Enduring Tides, but nah, I'm with the slight majority opinion here. It's gotta be Last Gasp. That's the best one. 100%. 100%. Okay, read my point. What point? You didn't make a point. I'm with Fast Sling. You really prefer Fast Sling? Fast Sling is increase maximum void sling distance by 30%. That's the best one? Okay, fair enough. I just think Last Gasp is so good. It just basically means that death becomes irrelevant. Health tankers. Ah, okay. What? Wait, that's not even your point. That's Chaos Tower's point. What are you talking? PB, stop taking credit for other people's ideas. Let's move on. I think Last Gasp is Last Gasp is the best. That's just my opinion. Did the operator rework improve the synergy between the operator and the Warframe? Chat. My point is just using your resources on something outstandingly better by default than trying to match a bruh weapon to at least 10% of an outstandingly better. Okay. That sounds like some nonsense. I don't know, my mentality is if I died, I fucked up and last cast is still shameful. Well, yeah, if you die, you do. Yeah, it does make you fuck up, but you know, part of the gig now is that you can actually just move on. You know? Like, to me now, if I truly fuck up is when I die proper. That's my new mentality. Is when if I truly die. You think the Operator rework did not improve the synergy between Warframe and Operator because it killed the sweaty solo 6x3s? Says the guy who doesn't even do Eidolon hunts anymore because his computer can't even boot up Warframe. The sweaty Eidolon hunter who can't do Eidolon hunts anymore because his computer can't load the game without crashing. Okay, dude. Let's just pump the brakes, PB. Let's just pump the brakes. I would say that I think it greatly improved the synergy between Operator and Warframe. I think it massively increased the synergy between Operator and Warframe because, for starters, Matarai has a huge synergy between Operator and Warframe because now Matarai, your Operator under Matarai can like massively buff your Warframe. In a similar fashion, your Zeneric Operator can also massively buff your Warframe, not just by giving energy, but also keep in mind, Hardened Wellspring is a thing where you also give your Warframe 20% additional power strength as opposed to the 40% that Matarai can give you. So that's pretty huge. Void Strike does work on your Warframe weapons as well, so it's potentially a viable option if you want to just, you know, shoot harder. But I find that I still prefer to use that exclusively with my Operator weapon because I think I get a much more higher value out of that. But yeah, like, aside from that, Unaru basically synergizes because it basically removes the need for you to be able to strip armor or shields even from with your Warframe. You can actually just do it with your Operator, so you're good to go on that front. Naramon, I guess, allows you... Naramon, if nothing else, Naramon can at least help you set up finishes easily. So you don't need to use, like, Valkyr, for example, in order to set up finishes instantly. You can also... You can use Naramon to just sort that out. And also Vazarin, as Gastiel mentioned, iframes. Always a good synergy. So I feel like I'm in the 6th category. I'm either in the 5 or the 6 category, and I feel like I'm leaning towards the 6 category. Chat, what do you guys reckon? Massively improved? Very much improved? Slightly improved? Or not improved? Oh no, don't tell me the other one has got clapped. Oh no, the other one got clapped too! Oh my god. Lo-fi. Chat, lo-fi hip-hop got clapped. PB says 1. Well, PB's just wrong. Void Dash is too slow. We'll get there, Gas to hell. We'll get there. We'll get there, but yeah. Okay, hold on. I need to find some music to put on the background now. I guess we're not gonna have music in the background now. Okay, well this is just a scuffed. Well, that's just scuffed. Yeah, nice one, Malaysia. Do something about your music, your scam music groups. Anyway, let's move on. So the next one, do you prefer the old Void Blast or Warframe Melee Transfer? I think I prefer Warframe Melee Transfer. I don't know about you guys. I don't really care about Void Blast, and I never really cared about Void Blast at all. So that's kind of where I'm at. What do you guys reckon? Alright, see ya, Miso. Okay, I'm gonna have to put on some NCS music for, I guess. I'm gonna have to use that. put it on like really soft. Okay, there we go. I missed old Void Blast for Disable Guardian. Oh yeah. Although, is there not like a disable thing now for one of the... Yeah, is there not like a disable talent for one of the trees? I think it was Xeneric that has a disable now. Epidemic Sound. Is it copyright free though? Because I don't want to get copyright striked. NCS is very mid nowadays. Well, I don't really care if it's mid or not. If I'm gonna get copyright claimed by Epidemic Sound, I'm not fucking playing them. Void Sling through Guardian kinda annoying. Well, there we go. It's not consistent? Yeah, okay. Well, I can't... Well, when my lo-fi music is getting claimed by some fucking Malaysian music studio that doesn't really exist, probably, I have to use 2016. Oh, you guys are way too kind. This is 2010 music. This is 2010 YouTube tutorial background music, okay? With a little less dubstep. Okay, so yeah, I think I prefer WarFrame Melee Transfer. I think I prefer WarFrame Melee Transfer because at least that was useful to me as a Matarai main. Because, you know, as much as I really like Flame Buff, as much as I really like Flame Blast, which is like the Hadouken, it did nothing. It was only good for like aesthetic purposes. It otherwise did nothing. So, yeah, like I feel like WarFrame Melee Transfer is the way to go. That makes sense to me. Okay, please rate the new Void Sling in terms of control. Now that Void Sling is able to go forwards, backwards, left, and right, I probably put it on a 5. Like, it's not... I think it's a lot more controllable than a Void Dash, at least with the... Although, I guess with Void Dash you can also... You used to be able to go forwards, backwards, left, and right, but... At least, I guess... I mean, I think in the end it didn't really... In the end, this change just did not need to happen. You know, I think in the end this change just did not need to happen, but... You know, it took me only 15 minutes to get used to it, so I think the control is pretty decent. You know? Still slower than... We'll get there, Alchemist, we'll get there. There is a question that we'll talk about that in a sec, okay? Well, compared to Void Dash, I think the control is better, but I don't know if I don't know if I will say much better. The goal of Void Sling was to make it much more controllable, and I just don't know if it's much more controllable. I know it's more controllable. I can feel that it's more controllable. Much more? I don't know, mate. I don't know. I'll probably sit on like the 4 or 5 mark. That's probably where I'll be. Here we go. Please rate the new Void Sling in terms of speed. I've heard for mobile users. Oh, you reckon it's supposed to be more controllable for mobile users? That would make sense. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. I guess we'll see. Of course, we can't really compare it to Void Dash now, because it won't ever exist for mobile users, but I could see that being the reason, yeah. Okay, Void Sling in terms of speed. I think it's pretty much objective. I think this is like objective fact. It's not better. No shot is it better in terms of speed. It's definitely slower. 100% it's slower. Now it's not slower by 100% because otherwise it'd be stopped. But it's slower. It's definitely slower. You know it, I know it, everyone knows it. And anyone who claims that it's faster, anyone who claims it's better in terms of speed, aka faster, I mean, I don't know what the hell they were doing, but there's no way that it's faster. It is absolutely slower. No doubt in my mind. The question is, how much slower? I'd probably say 3. I think it's slower, but I don't think it's slower by that much. You know? I think it's slower, but not by that much. Maybe not 2. Definitely not 1. It's not slow to the point where it's stopped. And some people will say like, oh my god, it's a snail's pace with Void Sling. It's not. You're just not using it. It's decent. It's decent. It's not lightning fast. It's decent. I think it's like a 3. Please rate the new Void Sling in terms of general usefulness. So, assuming general usefulness includes everything, like, keep in mind, Void Sling with Matter Eye means you get to have 40% extra power strength just there, which is fantastic. Void Sling out of a Wellspring expands the Wellspring. Void Sling out. Sorry, no. Yeah, Void Sling out of a. Wait, hold on. No, sorry. Void Sling out of a shield stripping area expands the shield stripping area. So that's great for Unaru. I think Void Sling provides the iframes for Vazarin, so that's always useful. For Naramon, I think Void Sling is how I can't remember how Naramon works anymore. I think Void Sling provides the on-demand melee finishes. Is that correct? And then there's also Void Sling for Vazarin, which I cannot remember what the bloody hell that. No. Void Sling for Zenoric, which I cannot remember what the bloody hell that does. Is that the disarm one? Can't remember. But yeah, general usefulness, I'd say I'd put it on a 6. I would put it on a 6. Okay, what is your opinion on operators having abilities? Chat, who here thinks operators having abilities is a bad idea? Who here actually thinks that operators having abilities is bad? Raise of hands. Show of hands right now. Who actually thinks operators having abilities is bad? Because if you think operators having abilities is bad, you will be part of the less than 10%. Okay, you would be part of slightly more than 10% of players who would think that. And I think if you're part of the slightly more than 10% of players who say that operators having abilities is a negative thing, I'm sorry, you're insane. I'm sorry, you are insane. Now OP nerds mods. What? Yeah, what? I am with the more than 50% of respondents. It is so much better that operators have abilities. Now, the question is, now operators need mods? Well, they have arcanes, but yeah, okay, sure. Now, here's the thing. Operators technically had abilities in the first place. Hey Grub, how's it going? Thanks for the follow. Technically, operators already had abilities. It was just that they were tied to your Void Blast and your Void Dash. Operators still have abilities and some sort of mechanics that are tied to your Void Dash. But now they've lost their Void Blast abilities, which have since been tied to their first or second ability button, and they've gained an additional ability. So of course, the calculus at the present moment is that they have actually gained one new ability, not necessarily gaining new abilities, just one new ability. But yeah, it is only a good thing. It's only a good thing. I don't see how anyone could think that it is a bad thing. If someone is watching this on YouTube later on and can somehow come up with some sort of a reason, write it down, and if it's not insane, maybe I will be able to find some value in it. But I get the fit. But I really think, I really do believe, if you think that operators getting abilities is somehow a bad thing, as did 10% of the respondents to this particular survey, I'm sorry, you're nuts. I don't like this category. He's really condescending. Let's move on. How much do you use your operators since the rework? Much more. So much more. So much more than I used to before. Oh my friggin' god. Like, so much more that it's actually kind of nuts. Does anyone else agree with me? who here is also in the 6? Who here would also answer a 6 on the much more scale? Like, I feel like I use my operator tons more since the operator rework. Now, am I an operator main? No. No, I haven't made it to operator main status, and I don't know if anyone has. Okay, no, never mind. I do know that at least some people have decided to become operator mains, or at least have allegedly called themselves operator mains, but I use them so much more. TSHG saying not much more. So what, the 3 category, or hell, even the 4 category? What's up, A-Grub? I sometimes forget the operator even exists. Okay. Then that just means that you haven't. That just means you haven't put the operator into your gameplay cycle. Fair enough. Some people don't like the kiddos. Some people really like. Some people militantly don't like the kiddos. Less for me. I don't travel using the operator, but you still use the operator for their abilities and all that jazz, right? I think anyone who uses their abilities, not much lurk and enjoying your take on operator rework. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I use the operator so much more. Like, you've seen me when I play, like, anything. I will crack out the operator just to shoot out the fart scaffold for no reason. You know? Just to shoot, I will shoot out the fart scaffold just to see if I can find an enemy to kill. I do, but most of the time it's a DPS loss. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Like, if you're trying to get, like, if you're trying to maximize your damage for every second, fair enough. Yeah, your operator's not going to be able to compete with your warframe. That's true. That's true. So that's why the operator is. That's why a lot of the times the operator is designed in such a way to provide a much more supporting role. You're supporting, like, it's like in a team. Your supporting characters should not be the ones who are, like, out damaging your main character, unless you're playing. Actually, I'm trying to think of an example with Genshin, but I can't think of a single one. Bad idea. But, like, you know, your supporting character, i.e. your operator, should not be out damaging your warframe, otherwise your warframe is very much not built enough. You know? If your operator is somehow doing more damage than your warframe, you need to have a look at your warframe. Like, clear, that seems pretty clear to me. You know? But yeah, I use my operator so much more. So much more, just because I want to. And because I have a reason to. Isn't that great to actually have a reason to be able to actually use them? There's a good sign you're doing it wrong. Yeah, if you're using your operator, if your operator is out damaging your warframe, there's a bit of a chance that there's something wrong with your warframe. Alright, Chad, how do you farm focus? You ready? I don't. I'm part of the 11.45% of respondents. I would be part of the 11.45% of respondents who don't. You know why? Because I don't have to. You know why? Because I've maxed out all of my trees. Maxed. They're all maxed out, so, you know, I don't need to. So, you know, I don't. ESO with Lazure. Oh, yeah, explosive Lazure, the main Mirage. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm surprised most of the people who answered this was, passively. I would have thought that most of the people would say Eidolons or ESO. But apparently most of them, just slightly more people said passively instead of ESO, which is, I actually find that really surprising. Like, I really do. I find that really surprising. Zariman missions being, like, number 3, I actually find that to be very surprising because Eidolons is number 4. Which is kind of wild to me, that Eidolons being number 4? God damn. Stealth 3.59%. There are more people who don't even bother to farm focus anymore than there are people who do stealth missions. See, that's the thing. I really don't think stealth affinity farming is all that good and all that popular. I really don't. I really don't. I think stealth affinity farming is just a little bit too boring for my taste. Sorry, did I say a little bit too boring? Very much too boring for my taste. I'm sorry. If you're a stealth affinity farmer, hey, you do you, more power to you, mate. But to me, I just find that to be, it's ironically too much effort. I'm the kind of person who wants there to be more challenging gameplay in Ditching it back. In Warframe, I want there to be much more harder things to fight in Warframe, things that will require some sort of tactic, strategy, and effort to fight. But at the same time, stealth affinity farming, too much effort to affinity farm. Stealth focus farming, too much effort to farm focus and affinity. Like, I don't want to deal with that shit. Yeah, skill requirement is higher for stealth, and if you fuck up, it's annoying. Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, that's so true. Yeah, sack that. Endless mission is 1.66%. I'm surprised that's actually lower than stealth affinity, but I guess that makes sense. But yeah, there we go. If you're used to it, yeah, if you're used to it, but I'm not. And I don't want to be used to that. I just think it sucks. I just don't like it at all. Did you unlock the focus shop? Yes. Okay, so folks, for those who don't know what the focus shop is, basically, if you open up your focus skill tree, and then you go to the represent button on the bottom right hand corner, this is the focus shop. So you get the Refacia kit for 500,000 focus. You only need it once. So once you get it, that you basically unlocked it from every single thing. The Refacia kit allows your operator to have different skin colors, because this was basically what they did as a way of compromising with the skin color bug that was happening with operators and drifters for a while, where you could apparently drag any color from one of the other options over onto the operator and then make them green, for example. I still believe that they should just open it up for every single color, and at that point they should just make like different Refacia kits for each thingo for each focus school, which allows you to have different colors. So for example, they should make it where like Madurai will get you all of the I'm just making it up. Madurai will get you all of the green tones, all of the green colors and teal. Unari should give you all of the red colors and orange. Vazra should give you all of the yellow colors and the lime greens. Zenoric should give you all of the blue colors and purples. Naramon should give you all of the white and black shades. Something like that. And so then you have basically access to every single color. Like varieties of a bunch of different colors for the from Refacia kits for each thing, for each focus school, and then you can basically become Blue Man Group. I really think that should be a thing, but DE decided no, that's not going to be a thing. We're going to only allow colors that have already been represented in the game. So at that point, you can only access a certain. Oh goddammit! You can only access a certain variety of colors, ranging from normal skin tones for humans, and then normal skin tones for Orokin, and that's basically it. So yeah, these are the tones that we can access at the moment through the Refacia kit. I really feel like they should add like the crazy colors as well, but apparently we can look like a zombie, but we can't look like Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy. So that's really unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. I really think, I still maintain that we should be able to, just use whatever color we want. Because it's Warframe! And body painting is a thing. So why not? Why not? Okay, let's move on. Where are we up to? Okay, last question. What do you think about the focus rework in general, chat? I'm gonna leave this one up to you before I tell you what I think. What do you guys think about the focus rework in general? I'll be right back. I need to get something to drink from all this talking. TSHD, you don't like it? Okay. Wow. It's alright. Neutral. I think it's really, really good. I'm on the 5 category. Perfect? No. But I think it's really, really good. Like, I have like no, like I don't see any real downside to it whatsoever. Yeah, and soloing Eidolons has never been easier. I soloed Steel Path Tridolons. It has never been easier. Only good thing is Madurai TBH. Are you kidding? Unairu basically allows you to be self-sufficient in every way, shape, and form. You can strip armor. You can strip armor with the press of a single button, and you can basically delete any and all shields in an entire area. Vazarin allows you to continue to provide iframes, but also you get to basically be mag. No, you can basically be Volban with whatever warframe you want. Vazarin allows you to be Volban with whatever warframe you want. Naramon still continues to allow you to do, stealth finishes whenever you want. And also, guess what? Your combo counter never leaves anymore. Zeneric just continues to provide more energy, and on top of that, it will also provide you with some power strength, which is kind of wild. Like, imagine Zeneric getting a buff like that, like the most used focus school to date. Not only do you just get the wellspring by pressing a button instead of doing a dash now, on top of that, if you press the button again, you get the same wellspring, essentially, but you also get 20% additional power strength just for free? That's wild! That's outrageous! The only good thing is Madurai. I've just explained 4 other good things for the other focus schools. Just like that. Just like that. But yeah, that's basically my thoughts on the focus rework, based entirely off these questions on the focus rework, and I think I agree with most of the community for the most part. But yeah, there we go. So that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this, YouTube viewers. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more Warframe content, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace!